and welcome to another Star Citizen podcast. I am your host, BoredGamer. I'm joined by the very lovely Zinnia. Say hello, very lovely Zinnia.
Hello, very lovely Zinnia.
She has a very slight cold at the moment, so I will we'll make this, I would say, brief, but we won't. It's going to be a podcast.
It'll be as long as it is.
Well, so talking about as long as it is, Sin, let's start with this that's in the news. Just for people's reference, we're going to be talking about the 3-hour-long Star Citizen Live, but just a couple little bits from it. And we'll also be talking about Alpha 4.3.1, some of the updates with that open PTU patch, additional MedGel changes that are 100% for the better, armor and ballistics changes, it's Pirate Week, and also the road to CitizenCon. How are you doing, Cindy? Are you okay? I know, obviously you're not, but hi.
I mean, other than the cold, I'm all right. Yeah, thanks.
Perfect. Well, that's good. I'm also good. Not that you asked.
Oh, how are you doing, Monkey?
I'm all right, actually. Thanks, mate. Thanks for asking. 3-hour Star Citizen Live, Sim.
Yeah.
I didn't expect this. I didn't want to watch this. I watched it 1.5 times. I watched it on the side and made some notes. The very lovely Niku from CIG also made a summary of it and posted it everywhere, which was fantastic. And it had some interesting tech talk about Star Citizen from Benoit, talking about a mixture of things like, we're working on dynamic server meshing and we've come a long way. Lots of little bits like that. But that combined with a load of extra information from Jared and Benoit as follow-ups, and we got to learn some stuff. So there is no Squadron 42 presence at CitizenCon this year.
Which makes you sad, I guess.
Well, it makes me wrong and sad. As a double whammy. So I thought very much so, especially this year, that there was going to be the start of a Squadron 42 marketing campaign. They were going to sell Squadron 42 again. They were going to go, here's a hard date for Squadron 42 in 2026, that sort of stuff. But Jared said, we don't know if Squadron 42 will make 2026, but it's still the plan. So, how do you take that statement? Do you just go, well, that's just a reflection of reality and a good thing to say because you can't know what the future brings, which is basically what he said later, can't know what the future brings? Or do you think, well, that's not great because we're expecting for 2026, you've been saying it's 2026, and now you're saying it might not be?
I think that having a goal of 2026 is fine. I would rather them have to take longer to produce a decent game than go, no, what we've got is what you're going to get, and just cut it off at 2026.
Oh, where were you when I thought it was going to be out in 2016, Zin? No, so you're right. It's ready when it's ready. I will be disappointed if it's not out 2026 because the messaging's been so strong, but as we know with Star Citizen, as we know with Squadron 42, and with Star Citizen's game development especially, it's all subject to change. It's ready when it's ready. I do think it's going to be released in 2026. That's obviously the plan. I do think it's responsible of CIG to say, very, very likely it's 2026 from Jared. Yeah, it's not as if they've got a hard date, but I don't want to defend if it gets pushed back again, because I will be annoyed, but I do think you're right, Sin. I think it's, do you want a great game, or do you want a original release of No Man's Sky?
Exactly.
No Man's Sky's in, really good now. I just want to say that No Man's Sky genuinely has got into a really, really good position. Sin?
Yeah.
How would you like to support CitizenCon?
You mean CitizenCon Direct?
Oh, I do mean CitizenCon Direct. And with CitizenCon Direct, which is a 2-hour live stream, not a physical event, although there are watch parties around the globe, that CIG will be attending a lot of them, there's a $35 digital goodies pack that you can buy. It gives you a load of cool armors and FPS gear and other bits, a lot of which isn't yet to be disclosed. No, I like the Why are you humming like that?
Well, it's just, why would I pay for something if I don't even know what I'm really getting?
That is true, but I suppose a lot of people are going to want this stuff. So it's 13 items, it's a couple of new FPS armor sets, it's an undersuit and flight suit, there's a jacket, there's 3 FPS weapons, new FPS weapons apparently, and like a challenge coin, a trophy, and 3 bits of decor. So we don't really know what's in it beyond one of the flight suits, and it's quite expensive. It is the cost of I would say a new game, but a new indie game.
Yeah.
It's getting easier and easier to justify Star Citizen's prices as the rest of the industry also gets a load more expensive. But yeah, it's something you don't need to watch CitizenCon. It is going to be cool for people that want to support it further and have the spare money and would have spent it in digital purchases and other games or something, but you certainly do not need it. And I'm just a bit upset it's not $10 or a top end $20, I think these sort of things should be. I do understand that's got quite a lot in there. Do you think it's justifiable because of the amount of stuff in there and because it's some cool stuff?
I would argue that they're more likely to sell more and make more money if they reduced the price.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think they should reduce the content if they reduce the price?
No.
What price are you thinking of as well?
Well, I think $20 would be the limit.
Yeah, I'm
even then I'd be like, meh.
Yeah, especially now to buy it when you don't know really what's in it.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know what other people think on that. You can have a totally different opinion. You could be like, no, this is actually really cool because it allows me to support Star Citizen in a more focused way, and I don't want to buy ships or whatever, but I do have some spare money and I like the digital purchases in Star Citizen, or I like this sort of gear, whatever. Yeah, tell us what you think in the comments below. Zin.
Yeah.
We found out that, I think this is from a follow-up post from Benoit, that Vulkan is probably going to be fully integrated by the end of the year. Which is, I think, really good because this should give more stability and performance to the game in general. I'm super pro Vulkan. I've been using Vulkan to get my footage for a good few months now. Hopefully Vulkan will allow CIG to get those necessary traditional graphics options in the game, which are being tested on some of the tech preview stuff, and just generally have a more performant, better looking game in general. And with that in mind, CIG have said as well, when we finished doing the current tests with AI NPCs and that Vulkan stuff, got that into the live build, we're then going to have the engineering on the tech preview build, and this should be before the end of the year. Do you trust that statement? Do you think that's likely?
I think they think it's likely.
Yeah, okay. No, that's digging into the heart of Star Citizen, isn't it? Going,
yeah.
They might have a plan or a goal. Are you looking forward to engineering? Or
a little bit.
Do you think it's not going to affect you that much?
Well, it probably won't affect me in my, usual sort of playing, which is honestly just getting footage or trying new things out.
Yeah, because typically we're going to be flying in smaller or single-seater ships, right?
Yeah.
It is much more of a ship interior and multi-crew thing, but will affect the physicalization of components, damage to those components, component targeting, and then eventually we'll have Maelstrom and stuff like that. It will evolve a lot of stuff that will affect a lot more, and when we're targeting larger ships even, we're going to be going for those components much more readily. So it will change the dynamic hugely. Engineering's massively important to the game. Hopefully we'll have some interest, because when I'm on board a multi-crew ship, I want to be doing a bit of engineering. I want to be running around. I don't want to be doing the important stuff like flying. I want to be doing the running around my own little gameplay loop of putting out fires. Anyway, Zin.
Yeah.
What did you think about that Star Citizen Live being 3 hours long?
I guess they might have got caught up just chatting.
Well, I mean, there was a lot to talk about, to be honest. And Benoit and Jared were up for the talk, which was good. So I think the problem with a 3 hour long Star Citizen Live, and do not get me wrong, I'd rather have more of this than less of this, is that it's not particularly accessible to people other than summaries and that sort of stuff. So, I mean, at the end of the day, there's a load of people making summaries like myself and a lot of other good content creators. So, yeah, it's just 3 hours was hard for even me to get through because I was, tired. Zin.
Yeah.
Alpha 4.3.1. Do you think it's going to be live later this week?
Let's have a look at a calendar.
We haven't got a release candidate yet.
So I'm thinking probably 25th, Thursday.
Oh, okay. So I would like to say that typically they've been getting for mid to late, but more mid of the month. And I do think that this is close to being a release candidate. I'm reckoning by the end of the week. Let's see if this is the first one I'm right on and you're not as right on.
Okay.
Well, I might be right on this one because there might be some Vandal in this one or whatever. Yeah, I'm because they've put the Apollo in as well, and typically they put the ship in just before it goes live. There might be more iteration that CIG want to do because in the latest couple of patches they have made even more MedGel changes, and I think this is for the better as well. So previously they basically doubled the canister size, so you now get 2 respawns out of a canister. So effectively respawns are half the price. It's still 100,000 LVC. It's still 100 MedGel units, but you get 200 in each canister. Injuries are now 20, 10, and 5 for tier 1, 2, and 3 injuries respectively to heal, and it heals all of the ones at the same level and below when you pay the cost. They changed the range to 750 million kilometers for tier 1 beds for respawns, 8,000 kilometers for tier 2 beds, and 50 kilometers for tier 3 beds. What do you think of those ranges? Because they are vastly different.
I think they're all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you think that tier 3 beds should give you a respawn within the general area and nearby? 50 kilometers is still pretty big, right?
Yeah.
The thing is that I'm not sure about the tier 2 beds. The tier 2 beds feel like they haven't got long enough range compared to the 750 million kilometer range, which is tier 1 basically going, this is the whole star system. And tier 2, I suppose maybe it is alright because it's like most of a planetary system. So it's most of like the planet and nearby moons. Tell us what you think in the comments below about those ranges and how they're actually implemented. And if I'm wrong about any of that stuff, because it might have changed again and I just wasn't aware. Do you like the sort of MedGel changes that they're making? Do you think they're more sensible now?
I think they're slightly more sensible, but we'll see in practice.
Would you make any more changes to them? Like, would you actually go, let's make the canisters half price as well?
Again, we'll need to see how it works out. But yeah, I still think the canisters are too expensive. I think there should be an easier way to essentially recharge the canisters.
Yes. We've talked about recharging them before. Yes, I kind of agree. We'll see what happens. Being able to craft the MedGel would be good, right? And maybe we'll
probably
get crafting.
would be able to.
Yeah, we probably will be able to eventually be able to craft most everything. Will it be made of people? Who knows? Grind up Vandal for it or something. So some other stuff they iterated on again was the armor and ballistics changes for ships. And basically they've gone, the ship's hull, the ship's armor reduces ballistic damage by 38%. Previously this was 50% in 4.3. This makes ballistic weapons significantly more effective on unshielded targets. But conversely, they've made shield absorption 45%, and previously in 4.3 it was 30%. This is much less effective against shielded targets, ballistic weapons. So do you like that as like a, yes, these weapons need that level of character, which is the reason you choose ballistic over energy over different types of weapon? I
don't know. I'm not one for those sorts of things, I suppose.
Okay, but do you see a need for variety in weapons?
Yeah.
I suppose we need to start digging into the meta more in combat, actually, because Zin's sort of right. A lot of the time we will go with base default loadouts, and it's not as relevant to us. But we used to play a little bit of Arena Commander and Pirate Stormy stuff. Yeah, we'll dig in more to the combat side of stuff. I'll take a look at PvP. I at least need to understand PvP better. PvP meta has been changing quite a lot in the last couple of years. I think that's quite interesting. But I know very little about PvP meta. I know not that much about combat meta of individual weapons. So what does this actually mean? Like, what's my effective health against the weapon? I don't really know how to contextualize that. And there are cool programs like Urkel and other online resources which show you the DPS of stuff. I'm interested, does it show you the DPS stuff against effective health? Yeah, for me, this is incredibly important, having really, really, really different varieties and changes that you can make with your weapons and your loadouts. Like, did you do much loadout management in EVE? Obviously, because you had I remember your Drake you got for your birthday, was it?
Yeah. Happy birthday, Zinnia.
Anyway, tell us what you think about the ballistics and armor changes in the comments below. Zin's kind of right. Yes, this is super important, but I couldn't really tell you effectively how this changes the game at the moment.
I'll just equip, I'll have like you say, basic loadout. I'll just pick a ship, and if it's not very effective, then I'll just try harder. Okay.
I suppose if I said use these weapons, or you were like, oh, I know that I need to use these particular weapons against this particular type of ship that we're going to go fight, then you'd change. But there's not as much of that in Star Citizen yet. With larger ships, there's going to be like huge amounts of damage mitigation as well. Like you want to use size 4 weapons and larger, things like that. Yeah, stuff will be changing. Stuff like this will become more relevant in the future. And I'm looking forward to more profound loadout decisions and choices. Pirate Week, Zin.
Yar.
Yar, my hearty. There be pirate skins and pirate ships available to purchase. With stuff like this, and because effectively they're just reskinned. Do you like the pirate sale? Do you think this is cool? Why not? CIG like to have a little sale every month with an event and selling some pirate skins that are exclusive for that month effectively. Good idea? Or do you think it's predatory?
They can do what they want. If you don't have to spend your money if you don't want to.
Yeah, and it's only skins.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the skins you need to complete Pirate Swarm in Arena Command to get the Pirate Gladius and the Pirate's Caterpillar. And some of the new skins are cool. I do like the skulls on the ships with the newer paints. There's also, Zin, a treasure hunt going on.
Oh, yeah.
So they did this basically last year. And this one's a little bit longer. There's a variety of clues they've been giving out in the Pirate Swarm post and then newsletters and stuff like that. Effectively, they give you a little bit of a riddle, give you like maybe a picture as well, and go, this will lead you to a location, and you use some of this to make a passphrase, which will get you a piece of flair. A piece of pirate flair. I haven't got it yet. I'm not sure if all the clues have come out yet, to be honest. I don't think they have. I know they put another clue in the weekend's newsletter, so hopefully people will find that sort of stuff fun. Do you like little things you can get involved with like that out of game, or do you think they should be spending more time in-game? Well, I suppose it's both, isn't it, this sort of one?
I feel like this is something quite easy for them to do that helps interact with the community sort of thing.
Yeah, it's community building for sure. And it's a cool, interesting thing to do. However, Zin, any idea how long Pirate Week's running?
Oh,
Because it's not, I mean, Fleet Week ain't a week. Pirate Week, I'm pretty sure ain't a week. I think it's the 22nd of September because one of the competitions ends then.
Yeah.
But CIG are often, sometimes they're clear, but often are not on how long an event is. How long is a ship sale? When is it going to be stopped being on sale with a new ship? How long is this Pirate Week event on for? What parts of it end when?
How long is a piece of string?
Well, but you can tell someone how long a piece of string is. You don't just go, well, it's twice as long as it's half. Because the thing is that it's annoying because they could easily tell us. I'm not sure if it's part of the marketing with ship sales and stuff to make it that artificial scarcity, give you a sense of, well, I better buy now, because it could just, it's over when it's over sort of thing. Like a DFS sale. Oh, no one's in America's going to know what DFS is. It's the discount furniture store in the UK, which repeatedly or used to have loads of TV ads. And there was always a discount sale going on. That's why it was discount furniture store. Always a sale.
I didn't know it was called Discount Furniture Store. I just thought it was DFS.
DFS? Yeah, but that's really all I wanted to talk about. I'm sorry, Zin. A lot of these podcasts, I know that I'm effectively using you as a rubber duck.
Quack.
Quack, quack, quack. But I do like your counterpoints and your ability to make me think in a different way about something. Because obviously I am very much a Star Citizen enthusiast. And sometimes the reality of that is that I will overlook things or dismiss things that you'll go, bit of a reality check on, and I do appreciate that. You also have quite often an everyman opinion, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you, Sin.
Thanks.
I appreciate everyone that watches the podcast and hope you enjoyed it. We will be talking about other things in the future. That is the nature of news, podcast, and time. It is the road to CitizenCon.
CitizenCon Direct.
It's the road to CitizenCon Direct. Yeah, super looking forward to that. It's obviously going to be very accessible at 2 hours long compared to a normal CitizenCon, which is split over a whole day or 2 days sometimes now. And Zin and I may be going to a watch party. We haven't planned that yet, but we'll look at doing that. But I'm interested to know what people think we're going to see, because it's not going to be Squadron 42 stuff. It may well just be some new reveals, potentially the Nix system, lots of updates on stuff from last year on the journey to 1.0. Are you expecting anything in particular at CitizenCon, Zin? Or what would you like to see? Give me some in.
Just updates to 1.0. Like I said before, I'm annoyed that we're not seeing more about that during the Inside Star Citizens and stuff.
Okay, no, I 100% agree. The way they've changed because of their monthly patch cadence means that their Inside Star Citizens and even Star Citizen Lives and stuff, for the most part, are a lot shallower. Only showing what's going to be in the next patch or little bits because they don't want to show stuff. And CitizenCon might be a better repository of development information and interesting stuff that they go, look, this is the progress we've made on those longer term initiatives. And there might be a load of other new stuff that they've gone, and we've got these cool new things and this cool new thing, and this is coming into the patch tomorrow. And do you think we're going to see a patch at CitizenCon or just after CitizenCon or not in October at all?
I think it'll be just after CitizenCon, probably.
Okay, well, let's hope. Tell us what you think in the comments below. Zin.
Yes.
Why should people get NordVPN, Zin?
Because it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, because it gives you better accessibility, security, and privacy on the interwebs. Oh, Zin, where can they go to get NordVPN?
They can go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer, or they can check out the links down below, which also has links to other amazing things that you might be interested in.
Exactly. They help out the channel. You get the thing that you want, hopefully. I get what I want, which is money. And then Zin gets paid. Perfect. Say goodbye, Zin.
Goodbye, Zin.
Thanks for watching, guys. You have a great week. Tell us what you think in the comments below. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and for this month of September we are giving away an RSI Apollo Triage, a medium-sized flying medical clinic. It also comes with lifetime insurance and access to Star Citizen with a game package. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during this month of September. If you would like to further support the channel, please remember to like, share, subscribe, watch my other videos on the channel for everything Star Citizen related. There's a load of useful links below as well to a load of stuff that I support or support me in some way with like NordVPN and all that sort of jazz, Game Glass, loads of cool stuff. But also, you could clickety-click on the join button under my videos to help support the channel even more by giving a little bit of money. Oh, isn't that good? Get a load of exclusive little bonuses as well. Or you can use Patreon to do pretty much the same thing, whatever you fancy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great September, and I'll see you in the verse.